Hey guys, and welcome! Today I have another short news video for you with two interesting topics to Battlefield 2042 and the future of the franchise in general. And the first one is the latest EA earnings call and what they said about the future of Battlefield. And the second topic is an interview with Ryan McArthur, a senior producer at DICE, which might give away more than expected about the future of Battlefield 2042. But we're gonna start with the EA earnings call. This was held on Tuesday evening already, but was a bit difficult for me to catch because of the different time zones. And like I said in my last video, sometimes these reports give away hints to what they're planning for the future. I actually didn't expect them to talk much about Battlefield since their fiscal year always ends in March, so even if the next title would be released in late 2024, it would not be part of the fiscal year 2024. And that's also how it turned out. They did mention Battlefield at a few occasions, but as usual, it's really hard to read something from this. What they said was basically that they are working on a new title and that it will be a reimagination of Battlefield as a truly connected ecosystem. And I know this kind of wording might give a lot of players PTSD by now, because we've heard similar sentences before the launch of Battlefield 5, where they said Battlefield will never be the same, or for 2042 that was supposed to be a love letter to the fans. And we all know that both of these titles hadn't had the best start, and it took many players quite a lot of time to get used to them, and the development team a lot of time to get these games in a good place. So I definitely understand when everyone is a bit skeptical when hearing this kind of business and marketing talk. The fans would probably prefer to hear that they're going back to the roots of the franchise and focus on what defines it and what they can do best, instead of making it sound like they're trying to reinvent the wheel again. However, what's also interesting is the part with the connected ecosystem, because this was mentioned quite a lot during the earnings call, not only for Battlefield but also for other titles. And to me this sounds like they're planning something really big for the future of the franchise and something that will last for much longer than only 2 or 3 years and will evolve over time. We already know that the team at Ridgeline Games in Seattle is working on a new single-player campaign under the lead of industry veteran Marcus Leto, and that DICE is in charge of the multiplayer again. Ripple Effect, on the other hand, is creating an entirely new experience that will complement and build upon the series' foundation, so probably an extraction mode again, and this is surely not everything they have up their sleeves. Maybe they will also include Portal again or something similar and have several eras connected to each other within one game. Or we will see ports for mobile and Nintendo Switch that give players the opportunity to play Battlefield wherever they want and with whatever platform they want, and still progress further with their weapons, ranks and battle passes. Not with crossplay between all of these platforms of course, but with a full cross-progression system. This could make the franchise and Battlefield as a brand a lot bigger and also attract a large number of new players. However, this is still far away and it's just some wild guessing from my side here, and I also don't think we will get any official details to the next game before summer 2024. Maybe even later if the next title is launching in 2025. But this would already be a long drought for players and content creators alike, and I'm not sure if EA can really afford to take the franchise on a break for such a long time. Going back to the earnings report, however, CEO Andrew Wilson also stated that they're aiming to build more things, better things, and higher quality things that entertain more people around the world over time, and that the clockwork of the organization and their connected studios has massively increased. On one hand, this sounds like they have a good and fast workflow now that allows them to deliver and also react faster to feedback, especially for their live service games, but it also sounds a bit like a faster, higher further mentality that is not always the best way to go and can easily cause major mistakes. In a fast-paced and ever-changing industry like this one, on the other hand, this mentality is probably necessary and inevitable. They also stated again that they will further build up on the brands they have, which also includes Battlefield, and that they are focused on execution now. But then again, at the moment, Battlefield is not part of their live service portfolio, which either means that it's not profitable enough to be mentioned, or because there's not much more to come for 2042. And that leads me to the next point of this video, which is the interview with Ryan McArthur. Here he reflects on the 18-month journey to get 2042 back on track and on everything the teams have learned from it. And there are some very interesting sentences that might give away hints to more content for the game. And the first one of those is in a part where they talk about the name of the current season, New Dawn, and how it reflects this 18-month journey. And here McArthur says, and now the studio feels as if it's finally in a position to push Battlefield 2042 to the next level. With a new dawn comes a new day. In another section, he then talks about how the community management team did a great job in communicating with the player base, and he also says that the Battlefield community will continue to be key players in 2042's ongoing evolution as a live service game. A bit further down the page, it says DICE still believes in Battlefield 2042 and it's willing to do whatever it takes to get the game to where it needs and players want it to be. And at the end of the interview, the senior producer states that there's still a long road ahead for Battlefield 2042, but the game available today is in a good place. And I don't know about you, but to me this doesn't sound like they are about to abandon the game or that the live service will end soon. Quite the opposite. It sounds like they still want to deliver more content and work on the game even further. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Battlefield 2042 live up to its full potential now that it's in such a good state, and would love to see it receive a lot more content and maybe even a lot more seasons. To the upcoming Season 6, however, McArthur only said that it's going to be one of those really interesting moments where people are going to go, well, I didn't expect that, but that's really Battlefield. And I'm actually very curious to see what this means and what they have prepared for us. Because I think we got so used to receiving map reworks and gameplay features like the squad system or squad management as season content that I can't even imagine what to expect in Season 6. The gameplay features are mostly complete now, except for a server browser maybe, and the maps are all reworked. So in order to deliver a good season and also keep players engaged throughout it, there really needs to be some proper new content this time. But maybe McArthur also gives an answer to this in the interview, because in the last part he says that they want to focus more on squad management and on modes that emphasize squad collaboration, which might mean that we can expect a larger variety in game modes this time. In addition to all of this, the senior producer also pointed out the importance of the community on this journey and how their feedback has helped to reshape Battlefield 2042, and that they want to listen a lot more to this feedback in the future and also when developing the next title. So maybe we will see frequent playtests happen for it, similar to the tests for the upcoming Skate game, because they run a closed environment through the official EA playtester network every month and also openly reflect on the feedback of the community and share a lot of insights to the development state and progress of the game. And I think the next Battlefield title could really benefit from something like this as well. And at the end, just a little heads up to the latest episode of the Inside Battlefield podcast, because this one went live on Monday already, but might fly a bit under everyone's radar this week due to the videos and streams of the Hourglass update. The episode itself is focused on the map rework as well, but also comes with a lot of details on how they approached the map reworks in general, what they've learned from them, and what they learned from the community and their different ways of playing. It also explains why the stadium is not part of Hourglass anymore and what role the number of assets and the server performance plays when it comes to map design, and how all of this already affected the last season maps and will also affect the map for Season 6. Definitely interesting to listen to when you like to take a look behind the scenes of Battlefield 2042 and of game development in general. And that's it for today, another quick news update for you with the latest details around 2042 and its future. And if you're interested in reading through the full interview with Ryan McArthur, you can find a link to it in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like or a comment as well, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching, and thanks to my members for the additional support. I'm the Catwoman, and you are awesome.